Oh, hi, didn't see you there. Oh, man. Don't you hate when people say that? Because, unless the camera somehow walked over to the person speaking, or a person snuck up with a camera, there's no way they didn't know the camera was there before. So, of course I knew you were there. Or maybe the camera did walk up here by itself. Just like the skull moves by itself. Anyway, speaking of things moving on their own, we are going back to ghosts.
There's no effective method for dislodging the stuff. No known way of neutralizing or destroying it. There is no method of hastening its half-life. It disrupts the structure of atoms of which all living matter is composed. Much of the mystery surrounding it is maintained by the general public, which is determined to regard it as potent and irresistible as the evil spirits of the Indians. This can be partly explained by man's fear of dangers he cannot sense.
Umami interface. From the first time I hit play, I was fully absorbed into the dark, multi-layered world of twisting plots and interpretations. While at first, the story may seem confusing or nonsensical, a few episodes in, and you start to notice patterns. Lone threads that intertwine with many greater plots. This is what inspired me to delve deeper, to peel back the layers, hopefully discovering what it all means. Today, we are delving into one of the most mysterious and interconnected characters through the plot lines in the series, Henryk Nabisky. Corresponding with the revelation of cerebral energy in 1943, two major events seem to have taken place. The first we know for sure happened in 1943, as it was confirmed by Mischief.
Our ship was stationed in Philadelphia and was equipped to generate an electromagnetic field that would make us invisible to the enemy. What happened instead? We were teleported to New York. And in that process, my shipmates fused to the hull of the ship, embedded in the metal, screaming for help. I was destroyed, forced to regain my physicality.
And the second, we can only assume to have occurred during that time period, given that Henryk seems to have stopped aging around 33. But what caused all of these events to take place? And how do they interconnect? What is the meaning? Why is Henryk seemingly immortal?
Let me just show you this before we leave. Painted in 1943, the year of my transformation. I was like a little baby chicken, breaking through to explore the unknown. Leaving Earth behind, a shell of its former self. Something is telling me this is what we have in common. The only question is, when you broke free, what did you leave behind?
While I first suspected that perhaps Mischief and Henryk were once the same being, after delving deeper, I realized that perhaps what Henryk lost was taken by Mischief. While not able to keep a body, he does seem to have quite the personality, doesn't he? Meanwhile, Henryk, who has retained his full physical form, seems to lack a personality. Is it just a coincidence? Or is it something more?
I remember when Mom and I would spend a whole Sunday making pierogies. And she would tell me stories about the war. Things I probably shouldn't have heard. But my favorite one was when she told me the story about how you and her met. How you fell from the sky when the skies were still blue. No plane in sight, just a man sleeping in a parachute. And when you landed, and they brought you in, she saw your injuries and did her work.
What is it that consumes you? What is it that I consume? Who did I consume?
So what is up with Henryk anyway? Is he immortal? Did he somehow find a way to stop aging? Is it because he lost his soul? Or is it something more mysterious? Or perhaps something to do with photography?
How many of those do you have in that jacket? They seem to just spontaneously appear. I don't have any ashtrays, and I know you're not one to litter. That's quite a conundrum you got yourself into.
The funny thing is, I believe the large majority of answers about our dear Henryk lies outside of Umami's interface and in the real world. I believe that Henryk Nabisky may have been based off of real-world photographer Henryk Ross. During the time of World War II, Henryk is known for taking many famous photographs where he captured the spirit and memories of that time forever. Could it be that somehow through his camera, at the time of the cerebral energy singularity, that Henryk was somehow able to preserve himself, just as Henryk Ross preserved the historical record? Henryk Ross was also born in the year 1910, as was our Henryk. But our Henryk had more than one inspiration. I also believe that he was inspired by Henryk Tamaszewski, a surrealist artist who clearly inspired the art style of Umami's interface. Not only did the two share the same first name and a similar last name, but in multiple pictures he can clearly be seen smoking, just as our Henryk is usually seen smoking. Then of course we have René Magritte's collection, which obviously has a major influence on the Umami's interface series, as we can see in the Son of Man portrait. But while researching Magritte, many other elements were discovered that connect back to the series, such as the apple, the hand with a face that we refer to as the ghost, as well as an eye that may play a part in the series later on. We also see the bird, which is featured in the hospital episode as one of Mischief's transformations. And then following the Son of Man collection of portraits, we find this one, which depicts a woman with a flower in front of her face. Now could this be Henryk's granddaughter, his wife, his daughter, or perhaps someone a little more elongated? Rest assured, I will be continuing my research as I continue this series. Join us next time, where we will be delving into one of the series' most interesting characters, the incorporeal clown himself, Mischief.
The answers that I need. Your great-granddaughter survived. It's only now that I drew the connection. Henryk, it's time to go home.
What? Are you kidding me? You're still here after all this time? I didn't think anyone had an attention span over 5 minutes these days. Wow, I'm actually impressed. Oh! Well, thank you for watching the second part of my Umami Deep Delve. It seems like you guys really like it so far. But as with all series, it won't last forever, so if you guys have any suggestions for what else you'd like to see from me, leave a comment down below and I will check it out, and heck, maybe we'll do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys this weekend for the Dead Space video. We're gonna go ahead and roll the commercial. Yep, you stayed to the end and got a commercial. How's it make you feel? Now do you feel special? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And no, I did not forget my little buddy. He's still here with me. Isn't that right?
Well, hello there. I'm Hootie the Owl, and I'm here to tell you guys something awesome. Do you like realism? Sure you do. You're a real person. See all these awesome works of art? Do you want cool custom art like this? Well then head on down to Maria Yeager Art. All links are in the description below.